Hey everybody, this is Destin on Gaming. Just a friendly reminder, if this is your first time checking out the channel, please consider subscribing. If you really like what we're doing here on the channel, please consider supporting our Patreon page. Link is down below. So today, so there's some transitions going on in Magic right now. Obviously, a new standard is coming. Guilds of Ravnica, the pre-releases start on Magic Online and MTG Arena tomorrow. Unless you're one of those lucky few people that got a invite from Wizards of the Coast to do the pre-release events today, I was not one of those lucky people. So here we are playing some Grixis Shadow. I was going to play this last night, but I was a little too tired last night to jam some Shadow. So I ended up playing Burn last night before the shutdown. This is a list that I've played. I have some experience with Shadow, but I'm not the most technical in terms of sequencing, knowing which cards are correct, which ones are this, which ones are that. There's been some changes since the list originally popped up. The list has become a little more tempo and try to kill your opponent than it used to be. It used to try to grind with things like Kolaghan's Command in the main deck, etc. It used to be like 4 Serum Visions, 4 Thought Scour was the staple, and then Ben Friedman messed with his list with Mishra's Baubles and Faithless Lootings. Now some of the lists are mixing up, like this list has 2 Serum Visions, 1 Thought Scour, 1 Faithless Looting, 4 Mishra's Baubles. This is basically a Delver-esque, a fairy, I guess not fairies-esque, but like a Delver-esque, like get some pressure down, kill your opponent. It's not really particularly a control deck. I think a lot of us, well, at least me, when I first started playing it, I tried to treat it more like a Grixis control list or a mid-range control list, you know, sitting back, kill your stuff, answer your stuff, then get a threat down eventually. And this deck is more about setting up for the first turn or two, getting a Gurmag Angler or a Shadow down, and just trying to kill your opponent. You can grind, but it's not truly a grinding deck. To that end, they've switched from, it used to be like 2 Tasigur, 2 Gurmag Angler, now it's, a lot of lists are just running 4 Gurmag Angler, they're not even bothering with Tasigur. This particular list has 1 Tasigur, 3 Gurmag Angler. And with the Death Shadows, you are trying to get your life total very low, hence a lot of shock lands, a lot of fetch lands, Thought Seizes, Street Race. Just, you're trying to get your life total as low as possible, but you also have to try to keep in mind what your opponent's doing. Like if you're playing against Burn, if you're playing against another aggro deck, you have to be very careful in managing your life total resources. That's why, if you saw any of our matches last night, our Death Shadow opponent was doing a very good job at more playing like the Grixis control, route with fetching their basic lands up and not like exposing themselves to Burn prematurely. Unfortunately, we were able to get there, but our opponent did show that the Grixis list can definitely hang with Burn, which is probably one of its rougher matchups. Beyond that, you got some Fatal Pushes, some Bolts, and some Dismembers to answer problematic creatures. Notably, the list has gone away from Terminate and Dreadbore, which obviously Dismember can be a 1-mana removal spell. This deck is all about efficiency, all about 1-drops. On the sideboard, you get to change that up a little bit. You get to add some more counter magic, get some disruption. But game 1 is all about maximizing your efficiency, maximizing your disruption and your clock. Sideboard helps to answer some problematic things. 4 Leyline of the Void, great against graveyard decks. Previously, decks like Dredge or Hollow One and such could give Grixis Death Shadow a lot of problems because you could put a lot of chump blockers into play, really clog up the board, keep Death Shadow from kind of closing out the game, and then just win through out-grinding the Grixis deck because they're trying to get so low in their low total. So 4 Leyline the Void is a nice addition for a deck that used to run like Nihil Spellbomb, Surgical Extractions, etc. Just me? Boring. Sorry, Space Marine. A couple Collective Brutalities for burn matchups and for control, etc. Pretty good 2-for-1, 3-for-1 in a lot of situations. Allows you to discard extra lands and such for modes that are relevant. Ceremonious Rejection for things like Tron, etc. Stubborn Denial, the 4th copy of Stubborn Denial when negates a good card. A couple copies of Disdainful Stroke for big mana decks, also against blue-white control, pretty good against their Planeswalkers, Logic Knots, Cryptic Commands, 1 Grim Lavamancer for grindy or for little creature matchups, Abrades when you need either Artifact Disruption or just a Lightning Strike for your opponent's creatures, Kolaghan's Command, a little bit of grindiness, very flexible card, and then 1 Engineered Explosives as a pseudo sweeper. A couple things about this list that I do like is a large spread of cards on the sideboard, couple of Braids and Kolaghan's Command makes you a little less vulnerable to like the Hardened Scales decks, etc. The one thing I don't like looking deeper at this list is the fact the lack of extra sweepers on the board like Anger of the Gods or Kozilek's Return or Fire Spout, any of those like kind of pseudo sweepers could make this particular build a little bit more vulnerable to big mana decks. So, why is it saying this is 57 cards? That could be a problem. So now I need to go back and look at the original list and see what on earth was the problem here. Helps to look at decks before you go live. Alright. See what cards it's missing. Womp womp. Grixis, Death Shadow. Okay, 21. $45, $60. So Fatal Pushes, Inquisitions. How many creatures? We have 15 creatures. Inquisition, it's a 3 of whatever it is. Something is funky here. My microphone's showing up as normal, so I'm not sure why you wouldn't be able to hear me. Interesting. Well, sorry you're having car troubles, man. That sucks. Alright, so trying to figure out what cards I'm missing here. Stubborn Denials, those are there. Have 17 lands. Have the 2 Fatal Push. Have the Inquisitions. Have the Thoughtseizes. Ew! For some reason I'm missing Thought Scours. What on earth is going on here? Alright, well, I did, so it's Thought Scour. I was wondering what was going on, that, I was missing something here. Oh, for some reason they're missing copies of Thought Scour. That's annoying. So, alright, we're just gonna have to go trade with, MTGO traders and get some Thought Scours then. Man, traders, that's the one I was looking. GGO traders. Kind of an annoying thing that they didn't have Thought Scour of all cards. What on earth is going on, my friend? Thought Scour. I thought the lack of cantrips was a bit bizarre for this deck. Helps to pay attention to your lists before you start playing. I already owned a playset, and I didn't even know. Man, I'm on a roll today. Alright, there. Now we can go play some magical gatherings here. That was kind of embarrassing. Alright, Grixis Shadow. Friendly Modern League. So, what's going on, Space Marine? Sorry your car's having issues. That really sucks. Car troubles are never fun for anybody. People already have undefeateds. That's kind of insane. Kind of funny this last modern season we had no undefeateds. I had one defeated I kind of threw away, but to a buddy of mine. Kind of let him win a match he made a mistake in. So I had one 5-0 I could have had, but it was like really weird that we had so many 4-1s, but like no 5-0s. Just shows how much variance there really is in Magic. Helps if I hit play league match. Wow. I swear I'm here. Maybe not mentally. All of us have our off days, so to speak. So, Tasker, Gurmag Anglers, Dismembers, anything I missed mentioning here? I don't think so. Be on the draw this round, which kind of sucks. Got both of our basic lands in hand, not ideal here. Annoy's family left. Sand's fine. We don't have any disruption, which sucks. There's a trick with Bobble here to see what our top card is. There's a good chance we're up against Tron as aggressively as our opponent was mulliganing. Usually when... Okay, maybe not. It's going alright. Street Wraith is the top card of our library. I don't think Street Wraith is something I'm particularly interested in here. So, let's see our opponents. Opponent's on Mardu Pyromancer. So, don't currently have the answer to Pyromancer, so we kind of have to take that. A little bit bittersweet. The day off itself is fine. I've gotten some errands done already. And then we draw a Street Wraith anyway. Sometimes I hate you, wizards. Sure. Which means they're going to get to take our Stubborn Denial, set up Lingering Souls, which is going to be kind of difficult to beat. I'm guessing Stubborn Denial is the take here. So, yep, kind of figured that would be the case. Huh. don't really like fetch shocking there, but I didn't want to... Alright, there's a Snapcaster Mage. So we put a Tassiger in our graveyard. We have Snapcaster Mages, but those are not good at fighting Lingering Souls tokens. These souls are going to close out the game very quickly. Big Fishy. Opponent has one card in hand. Get rid of... To be honest, I'm kind of irritated at some of WotC's strategies lately. Like, sending out only specific invites to people for the pre-release on Arena today. The way they're channeling things through Amazon. Kind of screwing the LGSs. What on earth is this? Oh, dear. I don't think we're beating that card. Well, that at least makes it more interesting. No, nothing too terribly serious. Just annoyance at WotC. Opponent is taking a risk here. Alright, so if I fetch Shock and go to 2, then we're dead to Bolt. But we're pretty much dead to these Lingering Souls tokens anyway. So I'm just going to go for it. If they have it, we're dead. If they don't, then I'm pretty sure we win the game. Do you have the Bolt? Show me Lightning Bolt. You have a young Pyro here. Collective Brute. Nope. Flashback the other Lingering Souls. Okay. So if we'd drawn Teamer Battle Rage, we would have had a chance here. Huh. Inquisition to see what their last hand is before we scoop. Alright, so Lingering Souls tokens are a little bit hard to fight through. Definitely want the Engineered Explosives. Definitely want the Ley Lines. Now, I played against my friend who had Mardu Pyromancer. I liked bringing in the pseudo sweepers. Battle Rage is horrible against the removal, but probably necessary against the Souls portion in their deck. We do need to go down some amount of our graveyard synergy, simply because they're probably bringing in ley lines of their own if they have them. And then, what are the other cuts? Maybe like a Thoughtseize. Yeah, Street Wraith, kind of medium as well. Like I said, it's much better to have sweepers in the post-board configs, like Anger of the Gods or Pyroclasm or something along those lines. I think this deck's like putting more stock in things like Disdainful Stroke. I guess I could bring in Grim, but Grim also suffers from the graveyard hate issues. So, see how this goes. So how's everyone doing today? Hope you're having a good afternoon. Sorry for Space Marine having car issues. Hand's a little awkward, but I think we keep it. Swamp. We definitely don't want to draw the swamp. We just pass here. It's unlikely we're going to want to cast this Fatal Push this turn. Should have cracked the fetch to avoid drawing that swamp. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Thought Scour. I think we want to draw Thought Scour, so I'm perfectly fine drawing that one. Thoughtseize and a Ley Line. Hope they don't have a Terminate here. We could wait, but this deck, the sooner you get pressure on the board, the better. So. Like turn 2 G-Mag's about the best this deck can do, other than like a turn 2. Please don't have Terminate. Please don't have Terminate. Okay, God bless. So we could snap Thoughtseize here, but I think I'm more interested in just pushing this, attacking, and going from there. The only thing that sucks is we don't have access to the red mana here. Opponent's obviously not going to block, but I will give them the opportunity if they wish to. the Stubborn Denial this turn. Feels like Lingering Souls. Yep, definitely smells like Lingering Souls too. Blood Moon, huh? This is the kind of games that this deck really likes to leverage what it's trying to do. Teamer Battle Ridge obviously being a little awkward right now, but such is life. Nothing we can do about the Pyromancer, unfortunately. There we go. Alright, so we got there in game 2. Jan, I honestly don't know. I've played maybe 20-some matches with Pyromancer. Not 20 with Pyromancer, with Shadow. And only 3 of which I can recall against Mardu, and this is the 3rd match. The other 2 were split basically whether I could find a threat or not. And the other version that I played had sweepers in it for Lingering Souls and such. So I think the matchup is close. I think they have tools that can make our life living heck, like Ensnaring Bridge and Blood Moon and Lingering Souls and Young Pyromancer if we can't answer it right away. And I think we have tools that can make their life equally miserable. Like a turn 2 Gurmag Angler that they probably only have 2 or 3 answers to in their 75. So the answer is it depends. That being said, do I want to rearrange? Is it possible we want to fight a fair fight against them rather than have Leyline? Yeah, a lot of the Bliss aren't running Bridge though, so I don't know if that's worth bringing in or not. It's very subjective what cards you want in this matchup, I think. Like, the newer versions of Shadow don't run K-Command in the main deck anymore. Yeah. But if we're being honest, if it comes down to a grinding game, they're better at grinding than we are. That's why I think a lot of these shadowless, especially after Ben Friedman's success, went after the Teamer Battle Rages in the main instead of obviously they have something in their hand they want to protect. My guess is it's either Teamer Battle Rage. That is an interesting card. Is it worth not fetching here and casting Serum Visions? That is a difficult question. Guessing our opponent's protecting either a... Maybe they're not protecting a young Pyromancer here. It's possible they only kept a one-lander, too. Oh, they do have... Oh, they did only keep a one-lander. They were trying to protect our Faithless Looting. Huh. And we draw an Engineered Explosives. So... card do I leave in the graveyard here? I guess it's Stubborn Denial. Like, there's some temptation to leave the, Serum Visions, but I think Stubborn Denial has more value. Opponent with a no-lander. That's rough. I don't think we should cycle the Street Rift quite yet. Risk reward. My opponent's showing an Inquisition. Alright, well, you know, it was fun, opponent. Bolt you. Cast my Snapcaster. This should prompt the concession here. Yep. Alright, so... yeah, we were definitely going to do Bolt, Snap, Bolt. Thought process. I'll be right back. I need to go check on laundry here. And Snap, Bolt. GG, boys. Yeah, I'll be right back in a sec, guys. we are back. Smart-ass commentator is back. Thought it was too quiet there for a while. Alright, so that matchup is definitely close. Got lucky with our opponent having a bit of a greedy keep in Game 3. So his hand's a bit of a sketcher. We definitely keep. So we're fetching anyway, so I may as well target my opponent. Legion Loyalist. Ooh, delightful. Gobos. Alright. So a lot of these cards represent a very large annoyance. 1, 2, going to 15. So I think we take. It's either the whacker or the grenade here. Because I kind of actively want them to damage us a little bit. I think we just take the take the whacker, and then next turn take the grenade. Alright, double stubborn denial makes me a little less apt to take the grenade. Woo! What you playing in Legacy today, O'Doyle? So our opponent can go double 1-drop. Do I just break that up and take the Loyalist, or do I take the grenade? Because the stubborn denials are going to be able to cover most of what they've got going on here, and leaving up 1 blue mana is going to be pretty trivial. So I think I take Loyalist here. Sweet. So our opponent's going to be kind enough to drop us to 10 here. Second Gurmag Angler is not really what I had in mind here. So if we draw a fetch land, that would be like ideal. What are they trying to set up here? I'm just going to take this hit. I'm cool with that. Thoughtseize, such a dirty, dirty card here. That puts us to 6. Does allow us to cast Gurmag Angler next turn. I think we just pass here. This kind of sucks sitting back on defense this much, but this is where I would love to have more more removal spells in our, like a sweeper in our sideboard here. Alright, we just block this guy. Take. Watery Grave and go to 3 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So frustrating. Now they're getting close to being able to activate Ramonut Ruins here. Yeah, Ruins is eh. If they draw that many lands, though, we have a decent chance. So I gotta get the Firebrand off the table here. Because that's the card that represents the most issue. Mountain. That's gonna put us almost to dead here, pretty much. Is there a land requirement for what effect? You do, but you have to. It's required you to have a desert. You have to have 5 mana, though. Huh. Another Thoughtseize, sure. I can't crack that fetch land. Man, my hand does absolutely nothing. If they top deck another land, we're just dead. This is so horrible. Yep. That was fun. Alright, so we definitely want the Lavamancer. Definitely want the 2 Collective Brutalities. Get these Thoughtseizes out of my deck now. Could either take Kulagun's Command or a Braid here. I don't think we want the Force Stubborn Denial. Yeah, Braid's the more efficient card. I still want the Battle Rages in my deck to be able to punch through. Oh crap, I should have brought in Engineered Explosives. I'm an idiot. Alright, so this sets up for a fast GMag. So This is 1, 4. Definitely need to bring in engineered explosives if there's a game 3. See if our opponent pops their crypt here or not. Firebrand. Firebrand. Do you like the new targeting receptacles on here? That's unfortunate. Bushwhacker and Lightning Bolt. Can't really play either one of our cards this turn. That's disgusting. So which one do we kill here? Take 6, go to 6. Alright, so I know they have no cards in hand. Block on this, take 3, go to 3, kill them with TBR. Seems good. Alright, now that we've survived that mess, let's get this engineered explosive in our deck. Maybe these dismembers aren't supposed to be in here. Maybe cut one dismember for an abrade. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to cut the Dismembers. They're too dangerous to us. They're not as mana efficient, but I don't think I can afford to pay 4 life to kill one random Dorko here. Unless it would specifically be Pile Driver. This hand seems alright. I don't know if Space Marine. Because it's not a deck that Gobos plays against all that much, honestly. Goblin God. Alright. Snapcaster Mage. Pretty reasonable here. We have another Tormod's Crypt. They do not. Alright. So I'm just going to play this out. Plan on Fatal Pushing a dude, Collective Brutality, 2 modes next turn. Then turn 3 Tassiger. They keep a 1-lander. Our opponent kept a 1-lander. We're drawing another Fatal Push next turn. Another trigger, we see Fatal Push. To be fair, though, it really didn't matter if they left a guy back to block, because Dismember would have set up the math to where we could have killed them anyway. So it really didn't matter. So this is not a Death Shadow hand, this is a Tassiger hand. I'm going to go ahead and escalate full... Am I going to go 3 modes, or am I just going 2? Because I think I want to hold on to Fatal Push this and the Snapcaster and the Tassiger. So I really only want to pitch this Street Wraith here. So we're going to go 2 modes. Do this, do this. I would like to drain my opponent here, but I think it's more important to spot check for a Goblin Grenade. Ooh. Ooh. Devastating Summons. Bomat Courier, Reckless Bushwhacker, and Tormod's Crypt. Drew Legion Loyalist, okay. They didn't blow the Tormod's Crypt. I'm going to go ahead and punish them for that move. So I could go to 12 here, play out my Death Shadow. Actually, I guess that'd be 11. Is a 2/2 alright on this battlefield? I think so. Let's go ahead and get some power on this board here. Fanatical Firebrand. Alas, such a horrible mechanic. Okay. Yep, he forgot to ping. Oh man, we are having some interesting games this league. We are having some interesting games. Oh dear. This thing about Shadow though, Shadow has a lot of close decisions, a lot of really close games. I think this ends a mulligan. 4 lands is a lot for Shadow. I guess we keep. It has enough disruption, but it's like it's close to a mulligan. Most Shadow lists don't go that high up. I'm kind of surprised. This was a list that 7-0'd the last Modern Challenge. Ooh. We are going to get humaned. We are going to get humaned. I suspect this is a terrible matchup. Stubborn Denial has absolutely no text in this matchup. So. Wow. That's a hand. I think it's just Lieutenant here. None of these are great for us. So I think it's just Lieutenant. They've added some like counter stuff and such to. Man. Death Shadow. Yeah, this deck is definitely weak to go wise. It's also, seriously, I play conservatively and they drew a 1-drop. Ow. So their hand is double Militia Bugler. I don't like our odds this game. No pressure. This deck can be go-wide strategies. I think it just struggles with, really struggles with not finding one of its sources of pressure. It can. Can certainly struggle with burn. They find the Reflector Mage here, we're in a lot of trouble. It can. A lot of it depends on the nature of the hands. Their last card is Kite Sail Freebooter. Sure, you get my Stubborn Denial. That's going to do me absolutely no good. Fatal Push, Lightning Bolt. I think we just hold on to our land right now. Alrighty then. So 2, 4, 6, 9, 10 power headed our way. I can block something. So I think this is my best way to set up a win here. I need a Temur Battle Rage, and I need my opponent to have as little toughness to put in the way as possible. So I think I block a Militia Bugler, take 2, 4, 7, 8, go to 3, and then so I can do this because Teferi first strike damage will hit first, which means my Shadow will grow into a 4/4. Then I'll take 2, 4, 7, 8, go to 3. Snapcaster, Thought Scour, target myself. Oh crap. Never mind, can't do that because of Thalia. I'm an idiot. See how they block. If our opponent blocks correctly, we're dead. If they don't, they're dead. They chose correctly. They also had Vigilance, so they were able to kind of cheat. So, and then we die. Alright, so the Stubborn Niles can get right out of my deck. Probably want Grim Lavamancer, probably want the Abrades, probably want the Kolaghan's Command, and want the Engineered Explosives. Cards we're not as interested in. A couple copies of Thoughtseize. I just want to get all the Thoughtseizes out of my deck and get these Collective Brutalities in here. Obviously, yeah. That's a mulligan. His hand's not great, but it's a keep. Do I kill the dork, or do I let them develop? Of course your play is Thalia. Why wouldn't it be? Man, I hate this card. Flector Mage, that card's gonna be a bit of a beating. Ay, 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 ay. Thalia will be the death of us this game. So yes, I could have played a blocker out, but the problem is our opponent has a Reflector Mage we know about, so blockers are not going to be very effective here. Militia Bugler into Militia Bugler. Seems good. Didn't have quite enough for Tasigur too. So we're pretty much just dead here. Another Thalia. Alright. We have another Reflector Mage here, we're just dead. Yep. Feels like Humans isn't probably a good matchup without some amounts of sweepers in the sideboard. Alright, I will be right back in 1 segundo. Yeah, Jan, you'll have to start sharing some of the lists you're testing, because I think Mana Traders will start getting the cards here in the next couple days once the pre-release event starts. Hello, Isabella. How are you? Space Marine, behave yourself, please. Well, the Soul Sisters decks are probably black-white in Standard, so they already have quite a few of the tools to beat the control decks. Oh, mono white? Interesting. This hand's okay. It's not fantastic. Oh. Dismember. I honestly don't know if this is a Dismember matchup, so... Answer your question, Isabella. It's going reasonable. We're 2-1. We lost to humans. We beat Goblin. Oh. Bloody heck, I hate Tron. See if we can disrupt Tron at all here. All is dust. All is dust. Walk. Oh, they're playing Garbage Tron. Cool. Tick your Walking Ballista, leave you with a bunch of freaking uncastables. But we are going to lose our entire graveyard, so that part does suck. I think I'm interested in both these cards, question mark. I'll go ahead and top both of them. Cast this Faithless Looting here. Get rid of land and Thought Scour. Let's go ahead and Thought Seize you here. Ulamog, Dust and Dust. Seriously, you had to draw Thought Knot here? Obviously, they're taking Dismember. So, what are the odds our opponent can kill us here? You can't flash back Dismember from a Thought Not Seer, Jan. Thought Not Seer exiles, remember? So their hand currently is Ghost Quarter, All is Dust, All is Dust? Opponent playing the Chalice. Lightning Bolt you. Alright, got the game won against Eldrizzle Tron Shizzle. Alright, so we want Ceremonious Rejection. We want Disdainful Strokes. True that, Janshevik. Alright, so I want some number of these shatter effects, but what ones are actually relevant in this matchup? A Braid can kill a couple other guys. I guess since they have, Walking Ballista, I'm alright with bringing in a Braids. So the cards that I am not interested in, it's kind of awkward because we know they have relics. Inquisitions aren't fantastic here. They catch some of their cards, but not the ones we really want to catch. Lightning Bolt, even though it kind of won us that game, isn't really great in the matchup. So maybe cut those. Some consideration for Engineered Explosives due to them having ballistas, potentially hanger back walkers, and chalices. And cutting one Stubborn Denial seems reasonable. Because they have some spells we care about, but they're more creature-based than spell-based. This hand's okay, but we lack one of our heavy hitters. So we don't have an early Death Shadow. We don't have an early Delphatty. So Relic's annoying. Mine, Power Plant, and Mine. Okay, so they don't have Tron quite yet. Yep. This is the one thing I wish they'd get rid of. It's like, if you have a card, just let it automatically resolve. The question is, can I trigger Gurmag this turn? 4 cards in graveyard. No, I have to hope they hopefully. Okay, so they're just having garbage this turn. That was dumb. I should have waited until after to do that. It was very poor sequencing on my part. Now we just hold up the Dismember in case they play Thought Knot. Here comes Thought Knot, here comes Thought Knot. Now it's dead, now it's dead. Wow. Wow. Space Marines sometimes, man. They have new indicators. Took a Thought Scour. That's kind of rough. What's in your hand, friend? Walking Ballista, Matter Reshaper, Matter Reshaper. Well, the scariest of those cards is clearly Walking Ballista. No, I'm not making funky, just doing this to get cards in my graveyard. Eldrazi Temple, that's disturbing. No, there's nothing in their hand we want to take right now. And I need to get pressure on the board. The only thing they have in hand is a Matter Reshaper, and I don't really care about Matter Reshaper too much. Good. Gurmag Anglers. See what they reveal off of their Matter Shaper here. Just a waste, sure. Opponent has nothing going on, I guess. Start getting these Snapcaster Mages into Ambush Viper mode. Hopefully we can close out before they draw something relevant. The Snapcaster Mage changed the clock here. It does not. I overtapped here, which kind of sucks. I feel bad for them, at the same time, after that butt whooping by the humans deck, I'm just kind of glad to get a game win in here. Alright, 3-1. Going for the 4-1 here. Just want to thank you guys for hanging out this afternoon. Always makes things colorful and interesting. I don't know. Like, Eldrazi Tron is like a deck that I kind of like Eldrazi Tron. Like, in terms of like, I like playing against it other than when I'm playing Burn. It's an interesting deck that isn't quite as busted as Green Tron. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird that I have a soft spot for the deck. This hand's fine. I mean, we've got an Inquisition. Yep, let's go ahead and keep this hand. What you got over there, friend? Oh boy. Well then. We need to find a threat very, very quickly. Well, I mean, at least we didn't get rid of any of our Del fatties or anything. We just got rid of stuff we really don't care about in this matchup. Dismember can go bye-bye. Stubborn and I will keep here. I don't know if we're going to be fast enough still if our opponent finds any type of ramp. We're in some trouble. Get in with Snapperoo. He's self-proclaimed SJW. Sorry, I don't follow what that means. Space Marine. Wow. Yeah, Madcap experiment in the main too. That is some deep stuff. So they're dead next turn. I spend quite a bit of time on the internet, but only in very narrow things. Like, literally, I can name the websites I visit. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Isabel. I'm glad you could fill me in, since the rest of the guys were just going to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Eh. Alright, so definitely want the disdainful strokes. Am I ever difficult to understand, Jankovic? I'm curious, since you're obviously not native English speaking. Collective brutalities are interesting. Stubborn denial is interesting. Cards are not all that great here. Fatal pushes aren't fantastic. What else do I want to cut here? Maybe like one copy of Dismember. I mean, they could bring in Baloth to slow us down, but this feels like an okay matchup. Granted, our opponent did absolutely nothing for like 3 turns there, so and we had to dig really deep for a Tasigur. I'm beginning to understand why some of these lists just play 4 Gurmag Anglers. I don't think Tasigur is honestly that great in the list, honestly, anymore. Other than diversifying your delve threats. It's a tempo deck. In other words, that's aggro control. This deck is at its best when it's dropping a fast threat and pressuring your opponent with a disruption. So, yeah, I think so too, Space Marine. I honestly think the 4 Gurmags might be correct. I think if I would go 4 Gurmags, though, I'd want a second copy of Faithless Looting in the list. Alright. Yeah, but this deck doesn't, especially in the main deck configuration, this deck really doesn't want to play long games. So... Yeah, but the problem with him is he's double black. Turn 1 search. Yep. Alright, so we drew a fetch land. Is there any card here that would make me want to... I guess if I draw... the Delve Flying Demon from Time Spiral block. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. So... kind of an awkward situation. I don't want to draw another mana source. But at the same time, I don't know what land to fetch here. So, like, if I fetch Watery Grave and then we draw a Temur Battle Rage, we're going to kind of be sad. If I fetch and grab Steam Vents, then we're choked on black mana. So, I think I'm just supposed to cycle first. Yeah, that kind of indicates we're going to draw a... go for Steam Vents here. So that'll put us up to 5 cards in graveyard. If we happen to draw another fetch land, that would be 6, and then I can hold up Stubborn Denial. That would be great. Not sure what our opponent's like considering carefully here. Okay. Did not see Scavenging Ooze coming. Thought Scour or a Lightning Bolt. I guess Lightning Bolt here. So now they can go up to 4 mana or more this turn. We don't have enough of pressure here, so I guess we'll see what happens. Definitely need a Teamer Battle Rage to feel a little bit more comfortable about what's going on here. Yeah, Assassin's Trophy is a really good card, but I don't think... Like, it helps in a lot of matchups, but I don't think it's going to be like the be-all, end-all a lot of people want it to be. Like, first off, it's counterable. So, control decks might be like, okay, cool, you have an answer to my Teferi. I don't think Bolas is overhyped. I think Bolas was, in abstract, one of the most powerful cards in that set. I just don't think Grixis was that good. There's a reason people were playing red-black and blue-black as it was. So, I think Trophy will have an overall bigger impact on 3 formats. But I think Nicol Bolas was a fine card. He's obviously going to be one of the pseudo pillars of the next standard format. And he's playable in Modern. He's not good in Modern, but he's playable in Modern. We have evidence of that here on the channel, that he's playable. You know, you can play him. You got to find the right shell, but he is playable. Yeah, we're going to be in a lot of trouble here. Them being this high on mana. Yep. Means basically anything they draw is going to be live here. Target them. We have a Cinderglade on top. Wowzers. Prismatic Omen is dangerous, but we can't let them... Actually, do we care about Summoner's Pact here? I think we just take Prismatic Omen, right? No. Take the Summoner's Pact, that way we know what they're drawing. Just try to close this game out before they can find what they're looking for. Their Mishra's Bauble. I think I have to counter this. It's enough of a threat on its own if they find a Valakut. Look, I know you have the Cinderglade, so... Searing Visions. One, two, three, four. Okay, Valakut's not really a threat here per se. Let's cast Searing Visions first. See, okay, that should pretty much lock up the game here. Because we know they're drawing a Valakut, and that Disdainful Stroke will lock up like anything they have that could win the game. Should have left one more mana untapped here. Well, see, I don't know if they'll be easy picking Space Marine, so I think the builds with 4 Tireless Tracker could be okay, but I think it's going to be, the matchups will be close. Miracles will be fine, a fine choice moving forward. Assassin's Trophy gives them answers to Jace and to Fairy, so I think the matchup's actually going to get a little bit closer, but I still think Miracles is going to be generally favored if it becomes a true card advantage battle. So my thoughts on this list, I really like the main deck. Then I would probably find room for a second Faithless Looting and just get this Tasigur out of here. This Tasigur is not garbage, but it doesn't provide any type of relevant disruption. Or it's a 5-turn clock instead of a 4-turn clock. We're not really using his ability at all. The sideboard, so I think Lavamancer is a great card, but I think I would rather have, how would I split this? I think Ceremonious Rejection and Stubborn Denial are fine. I think the 2 Disdainful Strokes are good. Yeah, I think you'd rather delve for Angler. I think I'd rather have this Lavamancer and one of these Abrades turn into a couple more sweepers, either Anger of the Gods or Pyroclasm, maybe like one of each. I just don't like only having one sweeper against decks like Goblins, Humans, Spirits, Elves. I think you need like 2 or 3 sweepers in this matchups. So I think like getting rid of one Abrade and one Lavamancer for some style of sweepers here, like a Pyroclasm and an Anger of the Gods, would be correct. That's just like my thought process. So I understand the reasoning behind it. Like, Reflector Mage is a thing, and sometimes you can't get that extra card, but I think having the 4-turn clock instead of the 5-turn clock is very relevant, especially since this deck really wants to hit an early threat like a Death Shadow or an Angler to end the game. Like, you saw the games where we struggled were the games that we didn't get the early pressure down. You really need a Tarmogoyf-esque, just get the pressure down, win the game kind of thing. And I honestly think Gurmag Angler gives you that chance better than some of the other stuff. Tombstalker would be interesting, but, you know, like that game where we played Angler on 2 and rode it to victory. Yeah, Blue-Black Control, Grixis Control, I think he belongs in those decks. I think this deck definitely wants the 4 Anglers, and I've seen a lot of lists running 4 Anglers. So it's been a blast. I'm definitely going to be back this evening to stream some more Magic, but for now I'm going to head out here and work on some homework in a couple of minutes. That was pretty much my wrap up on the deck. So 4-1. We've done a lot of 4-1s with a lot of decks lately. So it's going to make narrowing decks down very hard. But I think this is definitely a list I'm interested in investigating. Spirits, Humans, Burn. Yeah, 4-1's pretty good. We've had quite a few 4-1s lately. Usually, when we're actually playing the good decks, we're usually 3-2ing or 4-1ing. So, like, there's a lot, like, just getting to know the decks is really good for our PTQ prep, but I really want to have something up my sleeve besides burn. It's not that I don't like burn, it's just burn is very, burn is rapidly approaching, the point where I don't know, I can learn more, but the cap on how much more I can learn playing burn is running out, so even when you're complimenting someone, Space Marine, you still manage to slap them upside the head with humor. Anyways, next couple days, the pre-release stuff is coming out. Magic Arena will be available for someone other than Wizards selected few streamers. I suppose if you play like a league every day, you could learn most of the ins and outs of burn in a week. The problem is with burn is a lot of people try to pick up the deck, like in just spike the tournament that night. Oh, this deck has no play to it. I would disagree with that. But I'll be back this evening. I'm gonna do two things tonight. I'm going to play a league, and I'm going to play some World of Warcraft. So that's just a heads up. The league will be first. And alright, let's take a vote. These are the two decks I'm concerned playing tonight. Jeskai Miracles or Amulet Titan. I'll let you guys decide. I'm going to turn my back, give you guys like 60 seconds to kind of vote here, and let you guys decide. Do 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 do. Do 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 Alright, you guys got your votes in. I'm going to turn around here in a second. Give everybody a few seconds to finish their voting. I know some of you are going to want Miracles. I'm sure some of you want Amulet Titan. Guess we'll see. And turn it around now. Alright. I'm Space Marine, and I'm worth 3 votes. So, Janshavik was Amulet Titan. Isabel is Titan. Space Marine. So gotta have good argument for your choice. So it looks like Amulet Titan then. We will definitely be playing Jeskai sometime soon again, but it will be Amulet Titan tonight. It's been a while, Janshavik, and frankly, I suck with the deck, so it's gonna be entertaining. We'll put it that way. But alright, Amulet Titan tonight it is. So the rest of you will get to see the deck you want. Space Marine will get to come back and make fun of me as I make all kinds of play mistakes with a deck he would probably fry his brain on. So alright. I will be back probably around... Nah, I'm not gonna solo practice. I'm gonna take a jump off the deep end. So I'll see you guys back probably around... Foz sneaking in here at the last minute. How you doing today, Foz? How was work? Or are you still on vacay? But yeah, good luck with homework. Alright, I'll probably be back around 7:15, 7:30 with Amulet Titan tonight, so I will catch you guys then. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Foz, glad to see you here at the last minute. Isabel, Space Marine, Janshavik, O'Doyle, whoever else has been hanging out in here. Oh, I was today horrible, Foz. That sucks, man. Ew, that sucks. What's up? Wagner? Is that correct? I hope I'm not... Yeah, Grixis Death Shadow is still pretty good. The deck went 4-1, so... Yep, it's still good. I think as long as people aren't gunning for it, and the pilots understand what their role is, the deck's good. It's like one of the various decent mid-range decks. I know a lot of the PPTQs that some of my friends went to, and even I was at, Grixis Death Shadows had a pretty decent presence at the top tables. So the deck's still pretty decent, but unfortunately you're catching just the end of the stream. Hopefully it'll be, the replayability will be up here shortly. So, gonna go ahead and log off here. Foz, I hope your day gets better, man. If you need an event or anything, let me know. You have my email, you know. So, I will catch you guys later, probably in about an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours. So, hope to catch you all then.